So in this course, we're talking a lot about loyalty, right? And getting clients to come back. But ultimately, the reason why we do that as well is to increase sales and profitability of our business. So naturally, we want to drive up the value also with our clients that are coming in to the salon. So we want to talk about that in this lesson and focus on kind of the sales attitude as well, and how you can think around that, which can be otherwise an uncomfortable subject sometimes, right? So I know you're doing really well with retail sales and additional sales and so on. So how are you working with this today?
We work with it as when we always start with some open questions and we get problems and we solve the problem. I mean, our work is to solve problem. If they don't feel creative enough, we are creative. If the hair doesn't work, we make it work. If it's too heavy, we make it light, and so on. We solve problems. And sometimes it demands some products or a treatment. So it doesn't matter if you sell. I'm not into talk about sales ever, but I'm talking about service. And some of the service is to sell a product. The biggest issue hairdressers have, when I've traveled around, I noticed is that they talk a lot when they start with a client, and they get more and more quiet closer to the payment that they come. And I think that hairdresser overall feels like the key business is to make the client happy, and then it might cost a lot of money. So it feels a little bit hard to make them buy a product also. So they are afraid of feeling that it feels expensive or in some way. So that's why hairdresser doesn't sell so much. But actually, we have to start looking at it in another way. We have to take the responsibility. And for us, our clients never ever gonna feel ugly. That's our mission. If that demands a special treatment, or if it demands a special products, they're going to leave with that. Otherwise, they never ever feel happy. So for us, it's very, very important to use the open questions in the beginning. And then when we come to the styling, we go and say, as you said, when we were talking about your hair, it gets easily swollen. This product will make it stain when you apply it in the beginning, and you dry it or you just leave it, you can comb it. It will make the hair stay flatter for a longer time. As you said that you don't like it when it gets too big. So we always relate to what we got information from the open questions when we go to sale. Otherwise, we have to say, I recommend you this product because I like it or whatever. I mean, the product is there for purpose. So if you have a problem, I will solve it. Sometimes you need to buy a product. Sometimes you need to buy a treatment. It doesn't matter because you want to solve this problem. I can solve it for you with this type of treatment or these types of products. So never, ever, ever look down in the pocket of a client, because I think and I know that many hairdressers feel a little bit afraid of sales because it's going to be expensive now and so on. And it's a little bit rude to look down a person's pocket, because we take responsibility from today until you come back, and you're gonna style your hair all days except from today. And of course, I need to take responsibility what happens at home when this person style their hair. And maybe I heard many hairdressers that says, what do you have at home? Who gives the... I mean, if they say, I have a lot of product at home, I used to say, oh, that's perfect. You can give them away to the person and friends that you love that need them. But you need this. That's going to make a change. And then it has to be true. We can never sell a product if it's not true. But if it's true through your skills and your choice of product, and you know it make a difference, is nothing to be worried about. Sales works when you're honest. Only when you're honest.
Yeah.
And you look into the need, not into the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that moment shouldn't really be uncomfortable, right? I think it also comes back to like what you were talking about, like the the purpose of your salon as well is to make people, never feel that they look bad, right? That's your the whole purpose and mission that you have, and that's part of your brand, right?
Yeah.
And when you kind of have that, in your back, that's what you're about, that's the mission that you're on, part of it will be service, part of it will be product, and it's your responsibility as the expert to recommend the right product to fulfill that, right? So that they look good also in between appointments and so on, right? Yeah. So I think it comes back also to that higher level that you need to set for yourself. And if you are a salon that have that mission, you want people to never feel that they look bad, right? And you have your brand where you have a certain level of pricing, you have a certain positioning as well. If you have a person which wouldn't have deep enough pockets where you would be uncomfortable, that's the wrong client for you, right? That's not who you should be attracting, right? So I think there's something on a higher level that is wrong as well. If you should be feeling bad about your client, they are there because you're the expert, and they trust you, and that's part of the service that you should recommend the right retailer or additional service or what it might be, right?
Yeah, and you can be inspired in many ways as a hairdresser. Go to the skin therapist people. I mean, everybody walks out with a bag. They are experts on selling products. I look to my wife and she has so much skin products at home, more than hairdressing products, and she gets her for free. But I mean, and also the makeup business. If you go to a seller, a store seller, you will go out with products, yeah? Because you went in there of a purpose that you were looking for something. And the clients that come to us are looking for something. They want maybe a change, maybe something to be a look in a certain way. And of course, the product sales or the treatment sales is never ever something bad or expensive. It's something that if you want the solution, this is needed. Because we based it on the truth.
Yes.
Never sell of a lie, sell of truth.
Yeah, or you're doing them a disservice, right? You were saying, if you look at the pure retail shop or a fashion shop, right, that's all they do is sell products.
Only thing they do.
Just because you happen to do service as well, doesn't mean that product and selling retail and whatnot shouldn't be part of that.
But hairdressers in general get a little bit worried because the key factor is that people like you and come to you. So they think that if they add a lot of costs, then they might lose the client. That's not true. They will buy products anyway. And we don't sell products in the way that we sell products. We sell services. And if that's a product is needed for them to get the style at home, then it's needed. Is it not needed? We don't sell it. But everybody has a need to have something in their hair that works at home. Though people style their hair a little bit less now than a long time ago. So the product has a greater meaning also, because you can make a big change where it helps them to not style the hair so heavily at home, make it easier for them. So keep to the truth, be skilled, and sell a lot of things that they need, because they're going to buy it somewhere else otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. And so also a couple of takeaways on my side here as well. I think, thinking about that, the bigger meaning of your salon, the bigger purpose that you have, and you'll see that is not just service, right? That's the whole thing that you're offering in order to achieve that. And there is a separate course on that, in Attract as well, where we go into, defining the purpose for your business and so on, where we go a lot deeper on that particular subject. But I think that's important to have in mind. And then the other part, which is about listening to your client, open questions, right? Educate them on why you're doing what you're doing, right? Through the appointment. So when you actually reach the checkout or the cashier, it's just about the transaction, right? But the sale is already done, basically.
Yeah, you sell the product much earlier, and then you teach your client how much you should do, how you apply it, how you do it, and then you can learn them some tricks when you style it, or if you don't style it and just keep them curly in self-style. So you have to teach them how to use it a lot. I mean, why should we leave it to the 12-year Instagram kids? It's our business.
Yeah, exactly.
And we know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that. And we look forward to meeting you in the next lesson.